1 minute. And I'm going to just take 1 minute and tell you how I got started with Quick Picks. So many of the constituents would come up to me and ask me, well, who do you like? Or give us some information about the amendments. And so that's how we came up with the Quick Picks. And all the time, I did not necessarily support a particular person. What I felt that they need more training, I would send them to the congressional boot camp. And so that's how it developed. I am shocked that someone would take my Quick Pick, and this side was just this way, and said that I authorize and approve the fake ones. And we have copies of the fake ones. Would you please give it to them? It is unbelievable. And what happened was several people came up to me and they didn't have my candidates. So we talked to the supervisor of elections, and he said it's nothing a person could do to change it. And so when I talked with different people that's voted, I said, well, what you can do is take 5 people to the poll and have them to vote like you want them to vote. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Kim. Okay, go there. Where's the negative ones? I got them.
Good morning, everyone. Many things don't make me uncomfortable, but the circumstances that have us standing here today make me very uncomfortable. First, I want to touch on the motive for the filing of this lawsuit. It is only for a cease and desist of the egregious acts that have taken place for all forever. There's a saying that whosoever breaks a hedge, a serpent will bite them. A hedge has been broken, lines have been crossed, things have simply went too far. Actually, we should be praying for the mental health of people who are desperate enough to take extreme measures like this. We must be cautioned not to take campaigning too far. Personally, I'm praying for the voters of this great county called Duval. I'm praying for those of us who are in office, for the candidates on the ballot, because we should not be trying to get elected by any means necessary. I pray today that we are reminded that there is life after our terms are over, and there is life after a campaign. We cannot allow the viciousness of political warfare to make us cross lines that will capture our soul. If things are happening like this in the primary, God have mercy on us during the November general elections. The citizens of Duval County deserve better. The citizens of Florida deserve better. And the citizens of the United States of America deserve better. Thank you very much.
Brenda?
Good morning. I'm Brenda Alexis Priestley Jackson, candidate for Florida House District 13, a wife, mom, attorney, and your former city council and school board member. I've had the honor and privilege of serving in elected office for over 12 years, and I have never seen a campaign of this nature. My earliest involvement actually involved working with Congresswoman Brown in the late 90s and driving people to the polls at that time, and it was a positive and healthy experience to encourage enfranchisement in our neighbors to vote. I've never seen an election like this that peddles in untruths, misrepresentations, and fraud. It saddens me that someone is repeatedly attempting to deceive neighbors and the electorate. That is disenfranchisement. I'm deeply honored and humbled that I've received the Congresswoman's endorsement and is listed on her legitimate quick picks after a thorough vetting process in several meetings. The fraudulent gross misrepresentation evidenced by the wrongful use of the Congresswoman's name, image, and likeness not only causes harm to her, but it causes harm to those in our community who trust her judgment and understanding of the issues and the candidates in this race. To do anything to get into office means you will do or may have done anything while you were in that office. I'm running on my strong record of service, including helping to stop the sale of JEA, helping to get the half-cent sales tax on the ballot, and infrastructure needs for our neighbors, and helping education. I will not go negative because it's not right and it doesn't serve neighbors, and I have a record. I'm comforted by the first Psalm that says, I know the way of the deceiver, and dishonest and wicked people will perish and not stand in judgment with the godly and those who are doing the works of the Lord. For the Lord watcheth the way of the righteous, and the way of the ungodly is to perish. Thank you.
Okay, at this point, we're going to pass out the negative ones, the ones that's not the Corrine Brown quick picks, but the phony ones. And with that, we will take your questions.
Ms. Brown, Ms. Nixon has said neither she nor her campaign authorized this. Are you accusing directly Angie Nixon or her campaign of doing this?
Oh, Kim, I'm going to take that question.
So why Angie Nixon is named in the lawsuit? An investigation will uncover who the mastermind was and who created and paid to have the material printed. Generally speaking, lawsuits always have two sides. This is why we have judges and juries. One side says this and the other says that. Let me be very clear. Congresswoman Corrine Brown would have never filed a lawsuit without strong due diligence and incontrovertible evidence. We believe that Representative Nixon willfully, knowingly, and intentionally distributed fraudulent campaign material to deceive the voters and affect the outcome of races with no respect to the name, image, and likeness of Corrine Brown. If Rep. Nixon did not do this, she needs to take the stand under sworn oath and prove it in court. We have much evidence, many witnesses, and a smoking gun with fingerprints and ammunition with names on them. It is my prayer that Rep. Nixon will handle this matter in a way that will not hurt the people of this city. Together, she and I represent the entire black community. And I am embarrassed that we are in the posture that we have to stand in today. But before God, this lawsuit is not an attack or to falsely accuse Representative Nixon. It's not a weapon to win a campaign or for political gain, but to expose and annihilate undermining political practices like the creation and distribution of campaign advertisement to mislead voters and turn the outcome of races deceptively. We must fight for the integrity of the political process in our neighborhoods. Thank you very much.
Other questions?
Did you file this in state or federal court?
State.
State? And it's already been filed?
Yes.
Did you use or mail out these?
No. We handed them.
How did you learn that this was going on? I mean, how did this all come about?
People start calling me. And when I saw it, it's funny because I don't think Miss Jackson saw it until Sunday at church. She did not know that this was going on. Tell them about your phone call to me.
Yeah, I'd received communications about a quick pick with Congresswoman, but I'd only seen the backside of it with the fraudulent information. I did not know that they'd appropriated her entire name, image, and likeness on the front side of it as well. And I was really shocked and contacted the Congresswoman about it. It's unacceptable. I mean, in the almost 3 decades, Congresswoman, that you've done quick picks, nothing like this of this magnitude has ever happened.
It is beyond me that Rep. Nixon would say her campaign had nothing to do with this, because I am an eyewitness. I have several witnesses. We sent the police up there to warn them. They told us that the police has nothing to do with campaigns and keep passing them out. The company that she hired and Rep. Nixon, I am a witness, and we have many more. I'm not going to say it anymore. This is not going to be a back and forth and going back and forth. You know, as crazy as it was to create these quick picks, is that much crazier to lie and say you had nothing to do with quick picks that got you and every candidate on your quick pick on it. So we don't want to go back and forth with that. We believe that Rep. Nixon did it. I'm hoping that we can all come to the table and settle this, because it's right now civil. If she keep lying, it's going to be criminal. So go ahead.
Daniels, you said you had a smoking gun. You held up a packet. What were those? Could you describe what those are that you were holding for us?
Well, first of all, I can't say much about it because we're in a lawsuit. But it's the evidence.
That was the evidence.
That's the evidence.
Those are the fake ones?
Absolutely. Wrapped up in the package that they were printed in and given to me. And along with that evidence and that package, testimonies have come. So it's a little disturbing to me. We got to stop the circus and let's say we repent. Let's go from here. Let's work for our community. But there's no way I'm going to put my reputation on the line. The Congresswoman is going to put her reputation on the line. Priestley Jackson is going to put over a lie or something made up. We have the facts. We have the evidence. And God knows I got the smoking gun.
Okay, let me just say one of the reasons why we call this press conference is that we want the community to know what's going on, because we have about 6 more days for early voting. And when I talked with the supervisor of elections, he indicated to me that if you voted wrong, it's nothing you can do to change it. So I want everybody to be aware of, if you're interested in Corrine Brown's quick pick, these are the ones. And the other ones are I'm sure all of them are good people, but they're not my candidates.
Yeah, but you know what? Votes have been stolen from me. I take it personal. And it's not a game. The political arena is for grown people, not little children. These are childish games.
And if I'm looking at this right, this affects 3 races. This affects State Representative 13, which is yours, State Representative 14, and then Precinct Committee Woman was the 3rd. Are those the 3?
No.
You
It affects school board races.
But look at the quick pick. It's the United States Senate. Look at it.
How was your relationship with Ms. Nixon before this?
Well, I don't know. I didn't have a relationship. The people that I supported set up a time. They came and talked with me, showed me their work. I mean, it's a process. And I can tell you that part of the process is one of the things that working in Congress, you work to bring resources to the community. But you have to make sure that people are in the room and not on the menu. And we've got to make sure that they take care of what they're supposed to take care of, so the community can benefit from the work, the teamwork that we do.
And as an answer to your question, it's not just about relationship. I have a great relationship with the Congresswoman, and there's times she's drove to my house 6 o'clock in the morning. If you don't do this, you're not going to be on the quick pick. So this is not bias, it's not relationship. There's a sacrifice and a price to pay to be on that card.
And I want to share that this has been going on for years. I've met with Congresswoman in every elected office I've run for to get her support and be on a quick pick. So this is not putting up, and she's just giving her name behind people she doesn't believe in. It's a thorough process, and it's an ongoing process. And neighbors have come to rely on that. And I'm going to just say, in every election, from the ones that I started working with, driving folks to the polls with Congresswoman, to this one, I have never seen the level of misinformation and deception in a campaign. And I refuse to go negative. I've been called a Republican plant. A Republican plant. Literature sent out to neighbors, and so I'm just going to say that we do the people a disservice. Run on your record of effective legislation and getting funding to improve the quality of neighbors' lives, like Congresswoman did when she was in office, like Representative Daniels has done. If you've not done that, everything else is mute and just outside noise that distracts neighbors and distracts from the ability to address their needs.
Thank you all
Thank
so
you.
very much.
Right here in Duval County. Y'all, we trying to get it right.
Maria,
Y'all be praying for us because we need some straightening in this region.
hey.
God bless you. I appreciate y'all signing in. Have a blessed day.